Hey guys, JibbishHS here, and today we're going to be talking about something we haven't done in a while. Custom card reviews, but not just for anything, for the Rise of Skywalker. I'm really excited about the Rise of Skywalker and it coming out, and I thought it'd be fun if we did custom Hearthstone cards for the Rise of Skywalker. So this will be, I believe, around 12 cards that are just main characters of the new movie. Different characters from Chewbacca all the way to Force Ghost Luke, so it's going to be a lot of fun. But before we get into that, I do want to talk to you guys about some project I have going on with Star Wars and all the cool things. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so just like I made a Friends expansion, one of the first videos I ever made, alright, I'm also going to be doing a new custom Star Wars expansion. Every card, like if it's an actual Hearthstone expansion, will be here. It will be Star Wars themed. So we'll have things from a bunch of Clone Wars stuff to Empire to even the newer sequels. Cards like Kylo Ren. We will have a bunch of hero cards, unlike in the Friends expansion. We will have Jedi for a new keyword, which I won't spoil yet. You'll have to watch the video, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So check that out when it comes out. I should have my first video release for releasing 2 classes in just a few days. So keep an eye out for that. With that being said, let's get into the expansion. Now, some of these will be actually in the expansion. Some of these cards are cards that will be in the full Star Wars Hearthstone expansion, but some of these I made just for this movie, so some of these may not be in the overall expansion. So with that being said, let's start with Chewbacca. Chewbacca is an 8-cost 8/8 neutral legendary battlecry. If Lando Calrissian is on the battlefield, then summon the Falcon. So that's not too bad, but we gotta figure out what Lando Calrissian and the Falcon are. So the Lando Calrissian is a 2-cost 2/3 legendary. It says battlecry. If Chewbacca is on the battlefield, this is summon the Falcon. What is the Falcon? The Falcon is a 10-cost 5/5 mech. Death Rattle, deal 8 damage to all enemies. That's pretty crazy, but you do need to work for it. So this deck is for neutral, means you can kind of do whatever you want with it, with any class, different ways to trigger it, and it can be really crazy. I think in Hearthstone this would be a little overpowered, and I say that because even though you have the possibility of silencing it, if you want to get this all done in one turn, you would have to play Chewie and Calrissian on the same turn. You would get that, but then you have a chance to silence and other stuff like that. If you wait to play one or the other, then they're going to know what you're going to do and try to stop you. So it is a risky thing. As the movie purposes of this, the reason why I chose Calrissian and Chewie is because they are both characters that know the Falcon very well. Calrissian is going to be in the next movie, and it's going to be interesting with Chewie. I don't know much about Chewie in this next expansion, so it's going to be pretty fun. So, really excited about that. Next is C-3PO. He's a 3-cost 2/4 rare. This one will be in the actual expansion, so a little preview for you guys, right? He has a battlecry summon R2-D2. He's a mech, by the way, C-3PO, and R2-D2 is a mech, 2-cost 2/2. Death Rattle, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. So, in actual cards, this is actually a really good card because you're basically getting like 5 mana worth of stats for 3. So really valuable. And the actual storyline, it's just a good callback. C-3PO and R2-D2 have always been with each other for as long as we can think, since, what was it, episode 2, so pretty cool. Next is Poe Dameron. He's for Mage. This card won't be in the official Star Wars. This was just for this one. He's a 5-cost 4/5 for Mage and an Epic. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to 2 random enemy units. As an actual Hearthstone card, this card is very good. It's very good for board control and just keeping control. It reminds me a lot of Flame Walker, but without the need of casting spells. This is a bonus and a downside. But as a storyline, it's meant to kind of resemble his blasters and how much he fires it and all that. For the next card, for Poe Dameron in the actual expansion, it will have something to do with BB-8. So keep that in mind. Alright, Force Ghost Luke is a 5-cost 1/1 who has a Death Rattle. Give all friendly minions +4/+4. So I chose Force Ghost Luke because I love Luke and I felt like he was underplayed in The Last Jedi, so I'm hoping he has a good redeeming arc in the Rise of Skywalker. So with this, we know that Force Ghost can do damage with Yoda striking lightning at the tree. So instead of Luke doing some physical damage, I would like him to actually support Rey and the other Jedi in their cause. So I thought giving them all 4/4 would be very strong. So I like it, and as a card, I actually don't think it's that bad. So pretty good. I like it. General Leia is a 2-cost 4/3 for an epic. Death Row, go dormant for 3 turns, then resummon this minion. This is to resemble her not dying in The Last Jedi, when I actually honestly feel like she should have. So her doing her Mary Poppins things, flying back, and then just being dormant for most of the movie, and then coming back, it was kind of where this was going. And also how, even though Carrie Fisher died, we are seeing Leia in the next movie with the restored footage from Force Awakens. So it is going to be interesting to see that, by the way. But that's also kind of a callback to where this is going for. Next is Rey. Rey is a 6-cost 5/7 Battlecry Summon Finn. Alright, so what is Finn? Finn is a 5-cost 5/5 that equips Anakin's lightsaber. I don't have Anakin's lightsaber art yet. You'll see that when the expansion actually goes, when I start releasing videos for the expansion. But essentially it is a 5/2 weapon. So pretty good actually. So if 6-cost 5/7 to summon a 5/5 is pretty strong, and then that 5/5 gives you a 5/2 weapon when you die. So it actually is pretty good. And the storyline, I always liked Rey. I do see why people don't like Rey. She is a Mary Sue, people say, and they say she has no right to learn the Force as quick. But I actually think Rey has an interesting character, believe it or not. And I think she has a lot of potential in the Rise of Skywalker. And unlike most people, I actually think she will fall to the dark side in this movie. So it'll be pretty interesting. And as for Finn, I think Finn was a character that was kind of underplayed in Last Jedi. So I kind of didn't even give him as a card, and because I thought it'd be better if he was just an attachment for Rey. And in Hearthstone, this card is really good though. Kylo Ren is a 7-cost 7/7 for Warrior. He's a legendary, and it says Battlecry summon 2 random Knights of Ren. Now I don't have Knights of Ren yet because I'm saving those for the actual release of the expansion. But Knights of Ren are going to be neutral epics that you can. They're going to neutral epics that you can't get through anything else. You have to summon them, and there are going to be multiple ways in the expansion to summon them. Kylo Ren is one way to get a Knight of Ren, but they're always going to be 5-cost 5/5s with interesting effects. Some will be Battlecry, some will be Death Rattle, and I think one is even at the end of turn. So I believe one Battlecry is Battlecry, deal 3 damage to all characters. Very similar to the Netherwing Drake in the newest Hearthstone expansion. Or one may be 5-cost 5/5, Death Rattle, buff all minions in your hand 2/2. Stuff like that. I'm going to try to get them all as evenly balanced as I can, but I thought it was a pretty cool idea to make them more. Not a card you can get in the expansion unless you have a card that generates them. Next and finally is my favorite of all these, is the Emperor. He is a 7-cost hero card for Warlock. This guy is in my actual Star Wars expansion, alright? He was one of the first cards to make. So, as I said, there are hero cards. This is the hero card for Warlock. So, sneak peek, alright? Battlecry summon 4 Royal Guards. Royal Guards are very similar to Knights of Ren, except for they're bigger. 6-cost 6/6s, and that's it. You may think, wow, that is crazy, right? The problem is, Royal Guards, they deal 1 damage to a friendly character at the end of their turn. So there is a downside. I'm sorry, not 2 damage to a friendly character at the end of their turn. So you do have a downside when doing this card. So you could potentially deal 8 damage straight to your face, because because each one at the end of the turn will do 2 damage to a friendly character. But it's still really strong. A 7-cost spell that does that is very, very strong. And what's your hero power? Your hero power is Lightning Bolt. Deal 3 damage. Now, even with that downside of the Royal Guards, these guards are still very, very strong, and they're still very, very deadly. And his hero power, by the way, is Lightning Bolt, which is to resemble his lightning. Now, I am doing this Emperor from the Return of the Jedi. I'm not doing this one from the prequels, and we don't know what he's like in the sequel yet, so I didn't feel comfortable like making a Force Ghost Palpatine or one with him like an incubator being a clone. I wanted to kind of play it by ear, and I thought it'd be safe to just show you guys the one I made for the race one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this expansion. I hope you guys enjoy the movie. I'm excited to go see it, and I think it's going to be a very interesting movie. Regardless of what you think of Star Wars right now and Disney, I think Disney is going to be smart enough to not screw this up all the way. I think J.J. Abrams is a great director, and I'm very excited to see how he plays this character. Something we've been seeing since 1970, this saga, guys. So it's finally coming to a close. It's going to be really interesting. So thank you guys for watching. Get ready for the next Hearthstone expansion. It's going to be fun, the Star Wars expansion. It should be out within a week. The first video will be out within a week from today. I promise I will be working on it. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!